Brad Nowell, Bud Gaugh, and Eric Wilson formed Sublime in 1988. The crew started playing backyard parties in Long Beach, California, and selling cassettes, and eventually grew to become one of the most popular bands in America. This is Sublime's tragic real story. The band Sublime rose to popularity in the early 1990s amid the grunge scene. But instead of the grungy Seattle sound of heavy guitar and screaming frontmen fueled by Gen X angst, Sublime's breezy Cali reggae punk, as described by Pitchfork, sounded more like dudes having a good time, and we were all invited to the party.
We grew up on the alley living across from each other, and started playing music when we were about 12, I guess.
The band formed in 1988 and landed their first official gig at a club on July 4th of that year. By 1989, Brad Nowell joined Miguel Happold in launching Skunk Records, the label that would release Sublime's first single in 1991, Date Rape, and several of the band's subsequent records.
It was because we wanted to make a record, so we saved up our money. We're all hard workers.
In June 1992, Sublime released their iconic album 40 Ounces to Freedom on the label. But even though 40 Ounces to Freedom eventually nestled itself firmly into the music collection of many a Gen Xer and millennial, it didn't reach the height of its popularity until after the death of frontman Nowell, who died of a heroin overdose on May 25, 1996. Tragically, Nowell, who was just 28, left behind a new wife and baby boy. Nowell's son, Jacob, was born on June 25, 1995. Adding to the sadness of the situation was that Nowell had just married the mother of his son, Troy Dendecker, on May 18th, a week prior to his death. But as Dendecker told CBS Los Angeles, by then, Nowell's drug use was a serious problem that she didn't think he was going to be able to overcome. Dendecker told the outlet, "It got to a point where the boys were sick of babysitting him because of the addiction. I got the same way, and he needed to fight for it himself. I don't think Bradley would have made it no matter what because he was tired and he wasn't a fighter." Dendecker wasn't alone in her feeling that Nowell was going to die as a result of his addiction. According to Pitchfork, drummer Bud Gaugh said of Nowell's death, "It wasn't a question of was it going to happen, it was a question of when it was going to happen." As Nowell's partying escalated into hard drug addiction, the band continued to release music and tour. In 1993, Sublime released Bad Fish, a song from 40 Ounces to Freedom, as a single. And in 1994, they released the album Robbin' the Hood. The record did well on college radio initially, according to AllMusic, but never reached the commercial status that 40 Ounces to Freedom or Sublime's 1996 self-titled album would ultimately achieve. Sublime was released in July 1996. 2 months after Nowell's death. Nowell's addictions may have been growing, but he was still making it as a musician and trying to be a father and husband. In the final months of Nowell's life, he, Gaugh, and Wilson were busy cutting the album Sublime in Austin, Texas at Willie Nelson's Pedernales studio. But according to Rolling Stone, it was clear in those months that even though Nowell had tried to kick his heroin habit a few times, he was worse than ever. Paul Leary of the Butthole Surfers produced the album. He told Rolling Stone, "They're the sweetest bunch of guys, but it was chaos in the studio. There were times where someone had to go into the bathroom to see if Brad was still alive." At one point, Leary sent Nowell home to get it together. The Sublime recordings lasted from February to May 1996, when Nowell was found dead in the Ocean View Motel in San Francisco. Rock and Roll Roadmap reported that the singer was cremated and his ashes released in his favorite place to surf in Surfside, California. In the years after Nowell's death, Gaugh and Wilson put out 2 albums as the Long Beach Dub All-Stars, before bringing guitarist and singer Rome Ramirez into the group in 2009 and renaming the band Sublime with Rome. By 2011, Gaugh quit the band and drummer Josh Freese filled the opening. Freese left to play with Sting in 2017, and in 2019, Carlos Verdugo of the San Diego reggae unit Tribal Seeds joined the group. In an interview with Vulture, Wilson said that even though fans came out wanting to hear original Sublime songs in the beginning, this new Sublime was different. Wilson told the outlet, "We're not Sublime, we're Sublime with Rome. My favorite part of the show is when we're out there playing our new songs and people already know the lyrics. We're doing something there." It's been nearly 25 years since Nowell died, but the songs he recorded with Sublime, Santeria, Bad Fish, What I Got, still get regular play on rock radio. The butter-voiced singer's playfully comical lyrics left their mark on generations of music fans. The Nowell family is trying to honor Bradley's memory by helping others in the music community who are struggling with addiction. They created the Nowell Family Foundation, which is working to open a 6-bed addiction recovery center called Bradley's House for people in the music industry who need help with substance abuse. And according to New Noise, the treatment would be free. To help fund the venture, in 2020, the foundation teamed up with Law Records and 24 bands to release an acoustic Sublime tribute album called The House That Bradley Built. And in February 2021, in honor of what would have been Brad Nowell's 53rd birthday, 20 bands participated in a streaming concert to benefit the foundation. In August 2020, Brad's sister, Kelly Nowell, told New Noise, "We want to honor his memory and help other families avoid all the pain we've had to go through. We've seen the challenges that musicians face in trying to get clean and stay clean. We thought this would be a good way to do that." If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, please call the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Administration's 24/7 national helpline at 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-4357.